On this journey, I keep going into mind loops. It's like in 1 minute, I can be thinking one thing, and in the next minute, I'm in a different loop completely. It almost feels like I'm losing my mind, really. It's like I feel like I'm getting pushed into this corner, and in one moment I feel like, oh no, I can't do anything, I can't do anything, I can't do anything, and like I'm just sucking up into the corner. And in the next minute I feel like I'm the most powerful being and I can do anything and I just need to step forward and start moving things and you can do this and it's like going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I feel like on this journey, in the beginning, it was like a bigger gaps. It was like I would go through a whole time period of going through these weak thoughts and the lower vibration thoughts where you think, oh no, what's going to happen? And you get into old ways of thinking, like the physical world, the matrix ways of thinking, like I have to do, I have to do, I have to do. And I'm still slipping into those places because there still are things that I have to do. That I have a body, I have to take care of this body. I can't just be up in the high, if it was, sometimes I think that if I could just go and live up in the higher planes, I wouldn't have to worry about keeping the body alive and all of these other things. But that's the expansion. This physical world is the expansion where you meet up with other people and you have to take responsibilities and you have to find your way in the flesh as well as your way in the mind. And it seems like I do really well up in the higher planes. And then when I try to bring it down, and I know that it's all the same, I'm getting that message over and over and over that the maneuvering in the physical world is the same as the maneuvering in the higher planes. But there I went off onto some kind of little thought. Um, but what I was saying is that in the beginning of this journey, see, we're going through ourselves and we're working ourselves out. We're like untangling our own minds on this journey. So as we go through all of our weaknesses and we work them out and we fix them. And this makes us feel sometimes as though we have, psychological problems or something is not fit with us, especially because during this journey, we're getting further and further away from the consensus way of thinking, the matrix way of thinking. We're going into this completely different way of thinking. And as you start separating, your mind has always believed the matrix ways of thinking. This is how you were programmed to believe, and your mind has these thought patterns that they're automatic. They're well connected in your mind, and they're like automatic. When you get to a certain point, your mind wants to go to its automatic way of thinking, and now when you start figuring things out differently, you start breaking these think patterns in your mind. And then there's this new way of thinking. But then when you hit up in reality, in the physical world, reality, whatever reality is what you make it, when in the physical world, when you come into situations that would have triggered this thought pattern, and now you have this new thought pattern as well, your mind kind of glitches in between this thought pattern and this thought pattern. Which way do I go? Which way do I go? Which way do I go? And so it feels like you're kind of going crazy because sometimes you feel this and you have this feeling really strong and then you're so far away from it when you have these glitches that it sends you into like turmoil. It sends you into paranoia or maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe this is wrong and this is, and you start going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And in the beginning of this journey, those back and forths are in bigger patches. And as you get closer to union, or as you get closer to this new thought pattern, or a new way of thinking, or a new way of perspective, new way of looking at the world, a new way of maneuvering in the world, first of all, you're going into unknown territory. It's something that you don't know, that you can feel it, you know it's there. You're kind of taking a leap of faith into this new way of thinking because this isn't serving you anymore and you can already see that this isn't right. but this isn't fully established yet. So you're closing off all of these thought patterns that you know aren't right anymore. And you're jumping into thought patterns that you are making up as you go or figuring them out as you go. So it's like taking this complete leap of faith into this new way of thinking. And when you slip back into the old ways of thinking, you start going paranoid because you're not aligned with them anymore. And you're thinking, oh, well, maybe this is the way. Well, what am I going to do? You start getting into that mindset, but you're already over here. Your soul doesn't want this anymore. This is all flaky and all over the place. And so it feels like you're jumping back and forth, jumping back and forth. And the further along you get into building these new thought patterns, the further the fall is down to the old thought patterns. So it's more disturbing. It's more disturbing. The falls feel so much more painful. The further you are along on your path. And the further you get along on your path, the jumps happen quickly. It's like from 1 minute you could be tick 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 tick. You get like tossed back and forth, and I feel like it's like you're going down this spiral or up the spiral and out the other side. It's like in the beginning it's a slow spiral, and the closer you get to like the black hole or the expansion point of expansion, the quicker it goes. There's a lot of ways to get to the same thing. Like Eckhart Tolle, is his story. It was just like he went into this out the other side. Like I want that to happen to me. I want to be out the other side without the glitches back into. I want to just to be in the place where I am standing upright in appreciation, in understanding, without these glitches. I want to close off the old ways of thinking and live completely in the new world. And I know that it is my responsibility to get there. And that brings up all of these fears. Like, I want to be guided. I just want to glide. There's so much that I am understanding on this journey. There's so much that I'm understanding within myself. There's so much appreciation. And I feel just so blessed to be on this journey. This is not that it's unbelievable, because that's the word that keeps on coming to mind, but it's believable because it's happening. It's here. It's something. It's real. It's this whole new world that's opened up to me, all around me, everywhere. It's this whole mystical, spiritual, it's a much broader world than any of this physical plane is. And yet it's a lonely, it's the people that are in my life, that are all around me, that have always been in my life, they don't see it. And so it's like I'm entering into this new world with new play partners, with all the people that I meet that are on this journey or in this journey. They are becoming my family, because we are going through something together that is so strong and undeniable that it creates a bond. It creates a bond even if we don't know each other in the physical. We know what each other is going through all the way to the soul level. And this whole new world is opened up in front of us, and we have that all in common. And so we become like this family of sorts. Okay, well, thank you for watching. And I'm sending you lots and lots and lots of love on this journey, and lots and lots and lots of love to me too. I've been going back and forth this morning, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm just going to do as I can do what I can do, and do as I can do. Just one step at a time. And I'm trusting that everything will open up for me as I go. I'll be able to make the decisions that I need to make that will lead me to the highest place. Okay, well, thank you for watching.